I think I've always almost known I wanted to be a dancer. I started ballet when I was 3 years old, and it's just been something that I've always done my whole life. I've always been known as the little ballerina in my academic schools, and my parents' friends would always think of me as the little ballerina. And I think it's just something that, that grew in me, and I never really could picture myself not dancing. So it was just a very natural progression for me to go through the training and go through the company and end up where I am now. It was difficult to leave my family behind. I think it's probably difficult for every young child that leaves their home. I was just about to graduate from high school. I had one more year to do, and so I had very close friendships as well in Edmonton. And my sister had just become pregnant. So there was many things that I knew I would miss in my family life and my social life in Edmonton. But I just knew that I had to come here if I wanted to be a professional dancer. I knew that this is where I had to finish off my training in order to move on to the company and to the professional life. I apply the things I've learned in the school every day, I think, in my professional career. Starting with the basic training of the school. It's the Vaganova training that the school does, and in the company we do many ballets such as Swan Lake, Sleeping Beauty, and the Nutcracker in the traditional Russian style. So things like the femininity of the port-de-bras that they teach here, it's very beautiful, so I use that every day in my classical ballets that we perform. But also they have an extremely good contemporary program here in the school. And in almost every company that I can think of, there's a lot of contemporary work, a lot of neoclassical work. So you have to be extremely versatile. And that's something that I was taught in the school, and that I apply that to my company work every day. Some other things that I apply are, in the school, we went through something called Concert Hour Ballet in Level 7, and that's sort of like a mini tour that the Level 7 students do. So we go to different schools throughout Manitoba, and definitely many schools in Winnipeg, and we put together a performance. So we spend the morning setting up the stage, and we warm up, and it's very much like being on tour with the company. Travel on the bus and then get off and do the show. So that really prepared me for a lot of the touring that we do in the company now. I think one very important thing that makes the RWB school unique from other schools is that we are in the same facility as the school. The company and the school share the same studios, share the same physiotherapy department, the same wardrobe. So the students see us every day. They see the company dancers in rehearsal, and they often attend our performances, and often the students are invited to be in our performances, such as Swan Lake and Sleeping Beauty, when we need extra dancers. So I think that's an incredible opportunity for them to really be involved in what we do, and to see our rehearsal process every single day, and to see us in the elevator, to talk to us, to get to know us, to understand what it is to be a professional dancer. One of the wonderful things about the RWB Professional Division is that they have a really good nutrition program. They have somebody coming to share with the students knowledge about nutrition and about how to take care of your body. And that's an extremely important part of being a dancer, because our bodies are our instruments, and that's what we use to express ourselves and to tell the story and to become the music. So it's extremely important that we are healthy and that we're fit and prepared to do anything that a choreographer asks for. So you have to learn how to take care of yourself. Another thing that is very common in dance are injuries, unfortunately. And I actually went through a very terrible injury my last year in the school. It was about a month before I graduated. I tore a ligament in my knee, which was heartbreaking for me, because that's the time that I'm supposed to be transitioning into the professional life, and I had to spend almost the entire year recovering and going through physiotherapy and retraining my whole technique, basically. And the teachers in the school were absolutely incredible in encouraging me and showing me how to recover from my injury and giving me inspiration to continue, because it's a scary thing at that point. You wonder if you should just quit. because it's a lot of work to come back. But they really helped me, and they really gave me the knowledge I needed to come back into dancing. And I think I'm almost better now because of it, because I learned so much in that process. As I said, I'd been watching the company back at Edmonton when I was growing up, and I remember the first time I ever saw Evelyn Hart, and she just amazed me so much. Her seamless beauty, her effortlessness, it inspired me so much to try to be like her. So when I came to the school and I first saw her in this building and shared the elevator with her and walked by her in the hallway, it was such an incredible experience for me. So exciting and so wonderful, and it really brought me closer to my dream. There's a few different roles that I've actually always wanted to do when I was going through the school. I think the first one was the role of Giselle. I absolutely love that ballet. It's a really, really beautiful ballet. It's very difficult artistically and technically for the lead dancer. And I had the opportunity to do it when I was quite young in my career. And I actually had Evelyn Hart help me. She coached me for a few days, which was an amazing experience, because she's a very, very beautiful Giselle and world renowned for that role. And another role that I always wanted to do, and I was able to debut last year, is the role of Juliet. That's such an incredible part to dance. It's such a beautiful, such a fulfilling role emotionally, and everything about it is amazing. The music, the emotions, the relationship with the characters. So being able to dance Juliet was really a dream of mine that came true. The first piece of advice that I would give to the students is for them to remember that they're here because they love to dance. You have to love to dance to be a dancer. And there are days that are extremely frustrating and days you just want to give up, because also we are perfectionists as dancers. But just to remember that every single day, if you are able to apply even one correction that you received the day before, or if you are able to learn something new that you didn't know before and apply it the next day and the weeks after that, then you will get closer to your goal. You'll always step up a little bit, and that's the way to make it as a dancer. When I was in the RWB school, I trained under David Moroni. He taught me pas de deux class and some repertoire as well. He choreographed a pas de deux on me. He was an incredible teacher. He was so inspirational. He was tough. We had to stay on our toes. He was an incredible, really, really inspirational person, and he used to tell us stories all the time, stories about teaching Evelyn Hart, about teaching various different students who have gone on to be principal dancers in many different companies. So he really, I think, encouraged my dream by being strict, by giving us discipline that we needed at that time, but also giving us the inspiration to become dancers. The Royal Winnipeg Ballet School Professional Division will soon be celebrating its 40th anniversary, which is an amazing accomplishment. Supporting the David Moroni School Endowment Fund is a wonderful way to help support the generation of artists to come. We ask you to please help support us.